Hey, how's it going, guys? I've been playing a lot of threes on my enhancement Shaman, and I've been enjoying it, and I've been finding out new strats as I've been playing, and it's been a lot of fun. I run turbo with a disc priest, and it's been going pretty well. Hopefully we can get rank 1 this season. Never know. Last season, should have had it. If I literally would have went AFK, I would have got rank 1, but I didn't, and we queued, and we lost rank 1. Big sad, big hurt. So this video, it's not going to be like a huge guide or anything like that. I'm not going to tell you how to play the game or anything like that. I'm just going to roughly show you my talents and things you want to look out for in certain comps and stuff like that. That's if you run turbo, but as an enhancement shaman, I think you're most likely going to be running turbo anyways. Now there's two different types of builds that I run. One is the Wind Fury and one is with the Storm Strike build. I don't know the names of the legendaries. What are they? So you have the Doom Winds, obviously, which is your Wind Fury goes, and then you have the Legacy of the Frost, which is I've been recently have been enjoying. Now this might be a real big shocker for you. For my Doom Winds or any other build, I no longer run Ascendance. Screw Ascendance. Ascendance is, I think, really trash can. Yeah, it's a good cooldown, but it's a 3-minute cooldown. That's kind of unreliable, especially you might be able to press this maybe once, and if you're lucky, twice in a game, never a third time, because if you go a third time, you're omega dampening. I just can't see you getting that far. Having a big cooldown every 3 minutes kind of sucks. So instead of running Ascendance, I've been running Elemental Spirits. Something I like about Element Spirits is it's a gamble. The reason why it's a gamble is because you can increase your Fire, Frost, or Lightning, and you want the Lightning to proc. If it procs the Lightning, that increases your Storm Strike damage by 35% and also your Wind Fury by 35%, and you can have 2 of those. Obviously it's RNG, but even if you get 1, your Wind Fury go is going to be freaking huge with that. There's times where I'm even able to like one-shot people with the RNG that I get, and especially if you get a double Wind Fury proc, it's even better. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop it. Let's see what I get. Ah, very unlucky. Getting Icy Edge is still not that bad. It will increase all your damage by 30% and convert it into Frost. So it will slow them and 30% more damage. So your Wind Fury goes are essentially increased almost no matter what, which is probably one of the biggest things in his enhancement Shaman. Now, some problems you're going to be running into is that most teams are going to be shutting down your goes. They're going to see that 1-minute Wind Fury goes and they're going to shut it down. To counteract that, I run Legacy of the Frost Witch. Now, this build might be better with Mastery, but I don't have Mastery gear, and I'm too lazy to go farm it, even though I probably could get it pretty easily. It could be like really, really good for this build, but I have no idea. So if you want to go try it out yourself, you can let me know. But basically what I run with this build, hold on, let me get it in. Okay, what I run with Legacy Frost Witch is I run Elemental Blast and Earthen Spike. So the idea behind this is to get as much Storm Strikes as possible. So you're spending your Maelstrom as much as possible into Elemental Blast. Heals, anytime you spend 5 Maelstroms, it will reset it. And you can do a lot of damage. And if you're facing double melee, you can run Righted Lightning. But if I face double caster and I want to run this build, I will run Static Field because you get more value out of it. And if I face melee, again, I run Righted Lightning. I pop Lightning Shield on myself. It's all about getting as much Maelstrom as possible so you can reset your Storm Strikes. This has probably been one of my most recent favorite builds. Really been enjoying it. You can run this build anytime you're facing anything with a disarm on the enemy team. Even if it doesn't have a disarm, I've been kind of liking this build against casters because your Elemental Blast can hit pretty hard. I've been hitting like 17 Ks. And again, if I was Mastery, it would be even bigger. So if you're a hardcore gamer, that could be the move. So those are my 2 builds. The Wind Fury with the Elemental Spirits and the Storm Strike build with the Frost Witch. Okay, now some more tips that I can give you. Pretty much what I told you is the builds that I have been running. Okay, with the Wind Fury, how I do this, because Feral Spirits and Wind Fury go don't exactly line up because your Wind Fury is 1 minute and Feral Spirits is a minute 30. So what I do with that is I'll have one go where I don't have Feral Spirits. So my first go, I'll pop Feral Spirits, Wind Fury, and they'll essentially be my go, and I just start Storm Striking as much as possible. But after you press those buttons, there's going to be a 30-second time delay. So I was experimenting. Normally, I would wait for my Feral Spirits to come back up, but I come to realize waiting that extra 30 seconds sometimes is far too long. So I rather have it every other go that I get to do a big giant juicer Feral Spirits go with that. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at explaining this kind of stuff normally. I don't normally make guides for a reason. And something I would also like to point out is Chain Harvest. Chain Harvest, a lot of you people have been using Chain Harvest, not totally correct. You want to use it as a execute or a ability to save your team. So if you're facing like a TSG and they do a grip go on you guys, and you know how they stack everyone up and they do the blind, guess what? You can save Chain Harvest for a nice juicy heal to help save everyone. If you use it to try to get a random Gimp, I'm telling you, you're probably not using it correctly. If I use this as an execute, if I see someone maybe 30% or below, I'll pop it because it has the chance to crit for like 20 to 30k. It can one-shot someone and top your team off, but that's more gamble. It's probably best to use this defensively as possible, to be honest, but you can use it at your discretion. What else did I talk about? One thing I would like to point out, I think I touched on this a little bit. Again, when you run the Elemental Blast with Earthen Spike and Legacy Frost Witch, when you run that build, again, it's all about getting as much Maelstrom as possible and spending it so you can reset your Storm Strikes. So again, keep Lightning Shield on yourself, spam Chain Lightning on the enemy team if you need to. Do anything you can to get that Maelstrom so you can pump as hard as possible. PvE damage in this expansion is king, especially as an Enhancement Shaman. If you play with a warrior and you're pumping damage, guess what? Your warrior's gonna be pumping too, and he's gonna have greater MS. You're going to be ooming the enemy team pretty fast. Also, another tip that I haven't touched on, if you're running the Wind Fury build, do not send it right away. Unless it's like an RMP and you survive the go and you can go right after that, sure. But most of the time, I wait for my warrior to get some cooldowns from the enemy team, whether it be Bark Skin, Hunter Pet Sat, anything. Any little mini wall that I have, I wait for my warrior to get that cooldown and then I send it. It might take 20... sometimes less seconds to get that cooldown, and then you send your go. Anyways, guys, that was kind of a boring video, I know, but I kind of wanted to make a video to be able to help you guys out. Right now, we're only 2,900. We haven't been able to play that much this season. Hopefully, we can get rank 1. I know rank 1's like 3,200. It's pretty far up. It's probably going to go up to 33, 34, maybe even, which is kind of insane. But I'm having a lot of fun in this expansion. This season has been really good to me. I've made a lot of new friends and stuff like that. I should be able to push on other classes if my Shaman sucks. But anyways, guys, I hope these tips have helped you. If so, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. As always, have a good day, boys. Bye.